Hey, y'all, and welcome to day number 40 of the third annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage and the longest running poker space. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and I will be your host today. And joining me as co host thus far is Asmoth, or otherwise known as Isaac. How you doing, bud?
Good, good. How you doing? Good morning.
I'm doing well, thank you. Um, Trying to get the motor running, as they say. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for joining us. Also, I see Mac is in the Green Visor Gang profile, and Barry and Sandy, Exec Deck, and ASG is joining us as well. Glad all of you are with us this morning. Many thanks to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter or check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded you can find the recordings of my past spaces as well as the recordings of the interviews I did at the poker.org Legends Lounge on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe and like. It's free of charge, folks, and I would appreciate it. Be reminded that we always try to give the most updated and accurate information possible, but we are human and make mistakes. So please be sure to double check all the information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And please correct us if you find a mistake that we've made so we can correct that mistake for everybody. Welcome to my other co-host this morning, ASG. How you doing, buddy?
All right.
You getting ready to go play?
Yep.
What's your game plan? Registering on time, registering a little late, max late? What are you doing?
Uh, no, I'm playing the main today, and they kind of already, when I signed up yesterday, it already registered.
Okay, very good. So that means he's starting out at the whistle, folks. At the whistle. So good luck today. Do you know who's sitting at your table? Do you care?
They said they'll announce that an hour before start.
Okay. All right. So you got a little time before you figure that out. And good luck to you, buddy. How excited are you?
Yeah, just yeah, it's gonna be. Never played a 2 hour level tournament before, so we'll see how this goes.
I'm going to tell you something. My friend Keith, who I used to do with a radio show with, um, wanted to play the main event. And he thought it would be fun to host a tournament and set it up like the main event with 2 hour levels. Okay. So he hosts games all the time, allegedly. And so it's a 4 hour drive for me to get to where he hosts at. But anyway, so of course, all of us are like, okay, we'll do it. You know what I mean? So I think there were four tables of us. So four tables of nine or 10. I don't even know, remember if it was 10 handed. Show up to play this $300 tournament that he sets up like the main event, 2 hour levels. And let me tell you something. By the third level, we were ready to scratch our eyes out. We were like, Keith, we can't do this anymore. Like, you've got to speed this up. This is like torture chamber here. It was horrible. Like, none of us were digging it at all. And so we sped it up to 40-minute levels. I think it was maybe 45-minute levels, but it is an adjustment for sure. But it's the main event. I think when you're playing the main event, it's got a different flavor. So those 2 hour levels may feel long, but at the same token, you're soaking it up and enjoying every minute. What do you think?
Yeah, and it gives you a lot of playing advantage. I was following Ruben, who was playing yesterday, and he was down to I think like a little over 30K at the last level, and then he doubled up, and now he's over starting stack going into day two. So that's at least some reminder of like when you think you're down, you're not really as down as you think you are. So
Right, right. Because, after playing for 6 or 7 hours, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get blinded out here. No, because the blind levels are 2 hours long. You really have more chips, big blinds than you think you do. But it's definitely you have to really have some forethought about a game plan as far as that clock is concerned, for sure. Well, let's get our minds off of that for a minute. And did you see Moneymaker's tweet that he is suspecting some kind of funny business at the PLO Cash games? He made that tweet like 2 days ago. Anybody besides me see that tweet?
Negative, negative. There was a lot of talk about how he went in and went out so quick too in the main.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm not so sure. I know that he went straight from the main over to the Moneymaker event over at the MGM.
Oh, did
Um,
he? Okay, I didn't.
so yeah, and you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But he was talking about. Let me try to. I took a
I
screenshot of this,
yeah, I
and
think he was talking about how people were at like, I want to say either the two ends, and that like they might be using those things where
right,
they put it
right.
down at the bottom and then like it's able to,
So let
because
me read it.
the WSOP dealers, they don't have really good pitch, so they're high enough that they're able to like see the bottoms of the card.
Right. So let me read the initial tweet and some of the responses to it. Because I'm a little, um, I'm actually kind of taken back that there's not more fury surrounding these tweets right here, because these are some serious allegations. So here's Chris Moneymaker's tweet. Is there something suspect going on in the PLO cash games at the WSOP? Heard a few things. Curious if anyone else has a story. So then somebody chimed in. There's a pic of a guy going around who sits next to the dealer and seems to know all the cards. Maybe has a camera in his watch or something. Then another person says, yes, they always get there with top set, no redraw. Another person said, well, if you got the worst dealers and floors in the industry, scammers will see it as a green light. Another person said, yes, they are all colluding except Martin. Martin refused to play PLO. He is not like that. Another person said, I have indeed gotten the inside scoop, but I'm not going to want to see if, but I'm going to wait and see if anyone else gets it right first. Another person says, apparently, someone who is banned in Monaco, he's now crushing the game. Suggested he has a camera in his watch. Another person says, with these dealers, anything is possible. Anything. Um, I'm just trying to skip through to see if there's anything else that's okay. So there's a variety of answers or replies to that tweet. But I kind of find it interesting that not many people are actually talking about it. Like it kind of died in that tweet from Moneymaker. Um, because if you remember last year, several operators, Savage, Sean McCormick, were talking about, some rule changes about card protectors because of this very scandal in Monaco with the cameras and people having, micro mini cameras in their watches or their rings or their bracelets or whatever, card protectors, because the pitch of the cards are so high, like ASG alluded to, that the camera's catching the cards and they have a micro mini earpiece in and they're getting firsthand knowledge of the cards at the table. So I'm really surprised this has not taken on more interest as a topic of conversation. I don't.
I
Go
don't know.
ahead.
Maybe because the technology, right? People may not be quick to believe the technology is there yet, but I'm pretty sure it could be. And yeah, the dealers at the WSOP, they got a lot of green. I'm not players. I'm sorry, dealers. There's a lot of green ones.
Sure. Absolutely. And I'm
So
going to tell you something. They proved it last year in several different cities. They proved these cameras and this setup in several different cities. So it shouldn't surprise anyone that, is it a possibility? No, it is happening, people. It's absolutely happening, and people have gotten banned around the world doing just this setup. So if you had any doubt, let me put a stop to that doubt now, because it has definitely been proven. And that's why the tournament directors are already trying to come up with the rules and regs of how they're going to change it next year to possibly even do away with card markers, card protectors. So, um, yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. I think
I don't like it. I mean, I'm not a fan of the doing away with card protectors. Like, this guy has it in his watch. Like, I know Savage thinks it's like quote unquote impossible, but I think really it should more go to the European style of dealing than it should be of like trying to eliminate every little thing that a person might have to do that. But
Well, and I think probably some of the thought about that is I totally agree we should be going to the sliding, the card dealers for sure. It just alleviates a lot of issues right from the get go. But it's going to take a while to retrain those dealers, right? And I think the fastest route is get rid of everything on the table but the cards and also work on getting your dealers to change the way they're dealing. I think it's twofold personally, and it's more so because it's just going to take so long to get all the dealers retrained.
yeah, like this guy had it as supposedly. I mean, allegedly, this guy is using his watch, and I don't think they're gonna have everybody take off their Apple Watches or
Right.
whatever, especially in cash games. Like,
All right.
it's one thing to say, oh, on a feature table, not to have anything, but like when it comes to like cash games, that's if Savage is saying European dealing is unrealistic, I think that's even more unrealistic to tell.
I think it's just a matter of uh, retraining people that have been dealing cards 25 years, 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. That it's going to take a while. Like, it's not going to be an overnight change. And like, could you imagine coming to play the WSOP and they're like, "Hey, Sherry, take your wedding rings off and your watch and put it in your pocket. And oh yeah, by the way, those bracelets got to go." Yeah, people are not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, and also like I know they're doing it for your own security, but how secure are you gonna feel if they got to tell you to do all this before you go play?
And what about, and let's face it, you've seen all these crazy fingernails people have these days, and they put all these toys glued onto their nail with like little teddy bears and I don't know, moons and sunshines. And, they're not like painted on the nail anymore. They're actual little toys and charms that are actually glued onto the nail. That could be a camera. So even if you're telling me to get take the jewelry off those nails, now you're going to tell me I can't get my nails done that way? Come on. I don't know what the answer is, but there's a lot of roadblocks to those answers.
Yeah,
uh,
I think it's only just not been as much of a story because it's been like PLO, probably high limit cash, and people just play all sorts of different cash all over. And if it was during the tournament, I think it would be getting more coverage. But that's just my opinion.
yeah, it's I just was surprised. And when I was looking at my notes today, I was like, hey, we didn't talk about this yesterday. Nobody brought it up. And to me, it's a pretty hot topic, honestly, that those people were caught in other countries with this scam, and somebody's calling out one of the players that's at a WSOP cash game as one of those people caught and booted from Monaco. And why hasn't that picked up in a momentum? But anyway, I yeah, it's interesting for sure. And I want to say Dana's spending some time with her family today, so that's why she's not with us. So enjoy that family. And Karen is on an airplane flying back to Georgia because she can't wait to have some of my Georgia peaches, of course.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Ah,
I gotta get to Georgia.
And just to explain for anybody who might not know, in PLO, you get 4 cards, which means that if they're able to see everybody getting 4 cards, that's a whole lot more card elimination, which is why these kind of things are so much more useful / effective in PLO compared to Hold'em in terms of information gained from them. It's not as much about knowing what the other people have, which is also a big thing, but it's also a lot about what cards are going to show up on the flop turn river.
Amen. Amen. Well, we'll have to see what develops if there ends up being a big sting operation and bust, or if this just, floats away into Never Never Land until someone's getting caught cheated again in the future. Isaac, what are you doing today, buddy?
Getting ready right now. Heading back to South Point. Gonna play the 10 a.m.
Nice.
Yep, it's
Nice.
looking real good today. The stack is 10K deeper, and the guarantee is 10K deeper. So not bad.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Good luck, buddy. Hey, do you want
Thank you.
to go over the schedules around town?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to start out with South Point and then I'll turn it over to you. Today
Cool. If you mind.
is Saturday at 10:10 a.m. is the Mystery Bounty, $240 buy-in, 15K guarantee. At 2:10 is a Turbo Bounty, $120 buy-in, 5K guarantee. At 6:10 p.m. is a Deeper Stack No Limit Tournament, $240 buy-in, 20K guarantee. Again, this is at South Point. And at 10:10 p.m. is a Turbo Bounty, $120 buy-in, 3K guarantee. And honestly, I really hope Scotty Wynn gets to a final table so I have to come back to Vegas as I promised him so I can get over to the South Point to play that 10:10 p.m. tournament because I did not get a chance to, and I'm mad about it. Be reminded that South Point's $200,000 South Point Closer Tournament, which is the closing series of their big series, their summer series. It's the closer starts on Monday, July the 7th with Flight 1A and Flight B. It's a $300 buy-in. Flight 1A is at 10:10 a.m. Flight B is at 6:10 p.m. Again, that is the start of their closer. And I'm going to say to everybody that watch out for cancellations at South Point while that goes on because they had some big numbers the last week they did their series, which was the week before the women's events. And they had some cancellations because the numbers were so big. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, another thing too. If you bank any of these tournaments that are going on every day, you get a ticket to
Yes.
the championship, which is super cool. Alrighty, so real quickly, let's go around. We got first up Westgate, Las Vegas. They have their 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. $45 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournaments. They have their 7 p.m. $65 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament, and their 9 p.m. $60 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament as well. Additionally, they host a 3 p.m. Lazy Pineapple tournament with a $45 buy-in. And then moving over to Planet Hollywood, they host 4 daily No Limit Hold'em tournaments at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. Each tournament has a $100 buy-in and offers a starting stack of 20K chips. Over at Red Rock, they have their daily No Limit Hold'em tournament at 10:35 a.m. The buy-in varies by day. Monday through Thursday, you're paying $125. Friday to Sunday, $150. Each tournament offers a starting stack of 25K chips. Um, the Caesars schedule is they have their 10 a.m. $120 buy-in, $50 add-on tournament with a 15K starting stack. It's 20-minute levels, and the guarantee on that one is $1,000. At 2 p.m., they have their $160 buy-in with the $50 add-on, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels as well, and a 2K guarantee. 6 p.m., $120 buy-in, $50 add-on, 15K starting stack, and another $1,000 guarantee. And finally, at 9 p.m., they have their $160 $50 add-on, 20K starting stack, $2,000 guarantee as their last one. Resorts World has their 12:05 $200 no limit. That's a 25K starting stack, 30-minute levels, and a 3K guarantee. And it's 705. They have a $200 no limit as well with the same 25K starting stack and 3K guarantee. And finally, over at Mandalay Bay, they have their $60 no limit at 8 p.m. and it's a 10K starting stack, 15-minute levels, and no guarantee. And I could actually add some things. I saw that at Westgate today, their 7 p.m. is actually going to be a $70 buy-in, no limit hold'em freeze out. And
Okay.
yeah, and Mandalay Bay, I have seen that they also have a 1 p.m. $60 no limit
Nice.
hold'em as well.
Nice.
So I'm trying to see some what else has been changing because I've noticed right now is like prime time for everyone, right? So they've been adding on more tournaments everywhere.
Which is a good thing. Choices.
Indeed, indeed.
It's choices for us, the players. So thank you, Isaac. Appreciate that information. I kind of feel like the last few days we've kind of been ignoring some of the schedules, and I definitely kind of wanted to put those back out there today for folks that may just be getting into Vegas and need to know some of those schedules. As promised, ASG talked about the wanting to know more about some of the markups. So I promised that I would take a look at one of the staking sites that I stake folks on. And I'm not going to give the players' names, but I will give their markup for the main event. So one of them is 1.35, one of them is 1.20, another is 1.55, another is 1.10, another is 1.0, another is 1.15, and the highest one I saw, and this I did a couple of days ago, was 1.80. So I thought that was kind of a good,
Yeah.
and that was all the ones listed at that
Yeah.
time. Go ahead, Olithia.
Around Twitter I saw 3 people at 2.0.
Wow. I didn't see, I got the hiccups, excuse me. I did not see anybody higher than 180. That was the highest. Now I did that. I can't remember what day we talked about it, Monday or Tuesday. And that day, that afternoon, I looked um, on the staking site, and 1.80 was definitely the highest and um, on that site. So um, I don't think anybody should be charging 2.0, but what do I know? That's
Yeah,
so
as
high.
they say, you know, a lot of people have different opinions on what markup um, is there for, I guess.
Right,
Some say it's for expenses, some say it's, based on quality of play, and then others say it's what the market dictates. And if people are willing to buy at 2.0, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to sell at 2.0. So
right,
um, I I'm not going to say that any of those opinions is wrong. I think personally that nobody is worth 2.0, but I guess if people are willing to buy at 2.0, then people will sell at 2.0.
right. And I'm going to just say that I have one time I did sell at a markup at a 1.0 markup. And I'm going to tell you,
You mean
I did,
1.1?
I, no, 1.0.
That's not marked up.
I,
That's no markup.
I mean, 1.1. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell you that I didn't feel good about it. Like, I felt it like, to me, people are willing to invest their money in me by staking me. That should be enough. Like I didn't have a good feeling about putting a markup. I felt really funny about that. I've never done it since because, like I said, they're giving me the gift of staking me, and why isn't that enough? And so I've never done a markup since.
See, I have no problem with markup if it's covering like travel expenses, but
Right,
if let's say you're a certain poker celebrity and you don't need the money, and you're saying
right,
you're selling this for your fans, then, or even if you're not selling this for fans, you're selling for a sweat or whatever, etc. If you don't need the money, like, you're set enough that it's really not a reason why you're selling at markup. I really don't see the reason why you think you should just because you can. But
Yeah. Well, and that just amounts to greed, honestly, in my eyes sometimes. And, whatever. I'm just saying how I felt. I could care less if somebody does it. I stake people that do it. I won't stake you if you're high markup for sure. And there have been people that I normally stake that all of a sudden they do a high markup. I'm like, nope, not this time. And I would consider it if like a prime example of maybe a time I would consider a markup is when I go to Malta. That's a $1,200 airline ticket. Yeah, I might consider selling some action with a little markup so I can, defer some of that airline ticket. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I felt like people were nice enough to stake me. I shouldn't be taking a markup, but that's just my personal feeling on it. So whatever.
But I agree with what ASG said. Like if somebody's willing to buy a piece of somebody at 1.8, then why shouldn't that person sell at 1.8 or 2.0 or whatever? Capitalism, baby.
Imagine that. He likes capitalism in that favor.
yeah, I just think those people are selling on their fame more
Yeah.
than they're selling on their talent.
Well, I'm going to tell you the person that is at 1.80 on this staking site, I never even heard of this person before in my life. And I'm like, they got some guts putting it, not that I know every poker player in the world, but to me, the ones that are higher markup should be people I recognize the names, right? More so than like this person. I'm like, I don't even know who this person is, and they're at 1.80. Um, so I found that kind of interesting as well. And it could be that it's somebody that just doesn't really know how much to put. You know what I mean? Like they're new to it and they're just guessing. Oh, I'll just do 1.80 or whatever. So go ahead, Barry. You got some comments, buddy?
Yeah, thanks. It's a little too early to do math, but
I agree.
if you're selling at, let's make it easy for ASG, 1.3 for a 10K, and you sell 85%, how much are you collecting?
I assume you're doing one where it's a free roll. I haven't.
11.5, I think, right?
So it's a 10K tournament. You're selling 1.3. You're selling 85%. You're making 1,500 just for showing up. Correct?
Correct.
So that's known as the Kessler scam. Who now he's going to sell whatever 70%, 75%. Play for a 20, 25% free roll. If he happens to min cash, all the better for him. And his investors don't realize that they're just paying for his world tour.
Okay, for the record, he typically sells 25%. For the record. I'm not saying he hasn't sold more than that in the past, but I'm just telling you, that's typically what he sells.
So just what we need to do is do the math to see, like at a 1.3 or whatever would be a free roll. How much you'd have to sell for it to be a free roll for you? And that's pretty much what happens a lot of the times. Not all the time.
Right, right.
Sherry, I don't know if you've talked about this. I haven't been in here in a while, but I thought it was kind of funny that that guy Brad Owen, the YouTuber, blogger, whatever, was selling at point 0.9, like a markdown. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I think JJ Lou did that one time too. There have been a couple of people that,
Robbie J.
or Robbie J. Lou, thank you. Thank you. Robbie J. Lou, I think, did it one time, and a couple of people along the way have done it. And quite honestly, I think sometimes they do it just to get the content from it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and
I don't know how much
Brad
money.
Owen was doing that for the 50K Poker Player Championship. He knew he was a huge dog in it and wanted to play in the PPC more than he was like really interested in making money. I don't think he cashed, but don't quote me on that.
He did not. I bought a little. I bought $50 worth just because it was a markdown. I thought it was plus EV, but maybe you guys can speak to this more. Like maybe he makes up the money on his YouTube um, views or whatever, like the income from that. I don't know.
Well, he certainly is doing it for content. I mean, that's part of it. And so, why not create a buzz? And then if I create a buzz and then I do well when I put my next staking out, people are going to be ready to buy it because I created that buzz and I did well and made people money. So it's the long
Yeah,
term goals.
exactly what ASG was saying. Like it create or the same thing you were saying. Like it creates a buzz. But I
Right.
wonder. I don't know if anybody here does like YouTube content or something. Like if the, the 10% he's losing, I guess, selling that action makes it up. Like if the YouTube views make up for it or not.
Um, most people that do YouTube will tell you it takes a lot of views to make money. Like he made, I mean, I don't know if he made enough to make up the 10%. I don't know, but it
Yeah,
takes. Go ahead,
yeah,
ASG.
probably not on the views of the video, but he's hoping for what's it called, airtime of people seeing him and who he is, and then like also like, oh, that's cool that he did that. Now I might play at the lodge more, or like it's a whole bunch of
Right,
factors.
Like
right.
future value, right?
Yeah, yeah. Long term value. Go ahead, Barry.
It's also a way for them to show that they have some skin in the game and they're not free rolling the community, but they're putting their blood in there. Also, they're putting their money up. They're not just looking for a free ride.
Right on. Yeah, it's long term. For me, when I think about it, I think about them doing it for long term. They get a lot out of it in the long run, so to speak. So, um, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Also in that field, like he probably, um, and this is no large knock on him, it's more of a plus on the field. In that field, he probably is worse than average. So in terms of if you're talking about ROI, etc., you should like 1.0 is probably overpriced for him, in my opinion. But
And honestly, on a strictly like EV like situation, I think even point nine is probably overpriced for him because that field was just so good.
go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, one last thing. And that there's nothing wrong with selling a 2.0 if you can get it. If I see ASG is coming to the Borgata and there's a 1500 PLO tournament and I like his game and I say, I'm going to put you in to the PLO tournament and you play for half, that's 2.0. So there's nothing wrong with it.
Right, right on.
Yeah, 100% agree. This is the only time I like capitalism is if you can get 2.0, get it, baby.
It's funny how you let it apply to this, but when other people are getting it, when businesses are getting it, you're against it. Brandon, come on.
I mean, yeah, but I hate what it the, in the title it says markup popo. Like I don't like people that judge other people on their markup. Whatever you can get, if you think you're worth it, then if other people are willing to buy, if I'm a bad poker player. If I could sell at 1.2, 1.3, if I could get it, then I mean, why not? You know?
I don't know if okay, fine. I'll use the example that started the whole markup police thing in the beginning. If Phil Hellmuth is selling at 1.3 for a 10K turbo, and it's one thing if he said what you said. It's another thing when he acts like that's good value, and it's also another good thing when he has enough money that he doesn't need to sell at 1.3 anyway.
You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. I agree with you 100%. He should be selling it at even because he doesn't need the money.
Well, and it's also a good PR move. In my eyes, for somebody with a big name like Daniel, I forget what his was when I bought his
Yeah, I think
package
he
for the
sells at one.
summer. But he does it. I'm going to look it up. He does a low, and sometimes he does zero markup.
I want to
Yeah,
say
Um,
I think he did zero markup, but don't quote me on that. And the reason why is he sells like 2% of himself, and it insta sells out, and it's like no sweat off his back. To like, he definitely keeps his percentage low when he does that.
well, this
I,
year he did it a little differently. But hold on, go ahead, chat on, and I'm going to pull mine up.
I,
Because I remember he had like 2 phases of like, I'm selling and it's going to go on sale at this time and at this time.
Right.
And you better, and it sells out so quick that you better jump on
Right.
that.
And that was different than this year. Like what the way he did it this year, it sort of was the same, but it was different. So this year, yeah, markup was 1.00. He only sold
Yeah, I think it was the whole
20,
package for the summer, right?
right. He only sold 25% or was willing to sell 25%. And he only actually sold 22%, a little over 22%. So he didn't even sell out of his package. And I'm going to tell you why. I bought a piece of his package last year and he sucked. I think I ended up either losing money. I think I ended up losing money on. So people were like, forget it. Like he didn't make us any money,
Yeah.
even though he won a bracelet. We still either lost money or made $1.99. I can't remember, but
Well, that's the other thing with Negreanu. I mean, he made 6 final tables this year, but also, he's going for bracelets and is just going to fire like crazy trying to build a stack. I would like, and that's it's one thing if you sell for the main, but like other people, if you're bracelet hunting and doing stuff, you better make sure everybody knows that like
right,
you might not be playing your standard play because you're trying to,
right.
yeah.
And you are firing 2, 6, 10 bullets. I mean, if you looked at his numbers last year, when he won the bracelet, it made him like even for the summer or something crazy. But I don't really remember the numbers. But I just remember thinking, why did I stake him? And then again this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stake him. And you know what? He's done well. We'll
so
see.
Sherry, you're saying like I didn't see it, but he's selling 25% of his total package, like not
Yes.
just one tournament. Okay, got you. At 1.00. Wow,
Yes. And let me pull it back up so I can.
that's well worth it, I think.
I'll tell you what his total package was. Hold on a minute. It was $2 million in buy-ins.
And he's selling 25%, so that's what? Damn quick math.
Half a million.
I was gonna say 750. Yeah, 500,000. Yeah.
And he did not sell it all. He sold a little over 22% of it.
And that was his decision, or
Yeah.
just nobody?
People didn't buy it. I mean, he's got it up on the staking site and I'm looking at it. So he had 25% up for sale and only 22% sold.
I mean, I think that's plus EV for sure at 1.00 for him. But like you said, I mean, he's if he's bracelet hunting, like he's gonna fire 10 bullets or whatever. So maybe it's not. I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
Well,
Yeah, whatever money he made this year, he made like 6 final tables, so or something like that.
wait, I'm going to pull up his hand to mom. Let's look at it and
But
see.
like Sherry said, he makes a final table, and if you fire 10 bullets, that makes you even.
Let me see if I can pull up his Hendon Mob and see what kind of numbers he's put in because we know he's been doing great this summer for sure.
He's had a great summer.
But let's see what the number dollars are.
Not like a certain player that maybe says not like that.
Well, let me tell you something.
He's had a great summer too.
He's had the he's had a sun run of the century, dude.
On the ground with somebody. Anybody?
Deeb has had a great summer.
What are you looking,
Spell
Jerry? I
Negrano.
don't even know.
Spell
Oh,
Negreanu.
N-E Granu. No,
Is it Negre?
R-E-A. I have no idea.
Negreanu.
Oh, hold on. Hendemob's trying to. Okay. Let's do it again. Neg.
Reanu.
Oh, I just had one thing switched backwards. Oh my God. Why are they trying to do this with. No, I don't want this. Oh, you just gotta love fucking.
Never mind.
It's Negreanu, right?
Correct.
There we go. Okay. I don't know. There was something going on. All right. Let's see what he's done this summer. So, July the 1st, he came in 15th place. Somebody do the math for 209,000. June 29th, fourth place for 60,000. June 17th, 55th place for 50,000. June 16th, 19th place for 20,000. June 15th, ninth place for 531,000. June the 12th, 8th place for 31,000. June the 10th, 51st place for 20,000. June the 8th, 7th place for 61,000. June the 6th, 11th place for 23,000. And May 31st, second place for 313,000.
That's 1.318 million. 1,318,000.
God damn the math guy.
Of course.
Well, that's called the calculator guy. But
It's okay. So he's at 1.3 million in prize money, and his prize packet and his package was 2 million. But of course, we don't know if there's any unshot bullets, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
Never mind.
he's on.
yeah, once you've made 300,000 to start, then you can fire more bullets later. So yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We shall see how that turns out. But I have a little piece of him, so hopefully it's going to turn out well. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I hope the best for you, Sherry.
Thank you. Go ahead, Isaac.
About to head out. Good luck, ASG. Get him. And I'll update you in a bit, Sherry.
Perfect. Good luck, buddy.
Wait, ASG, you got a bag, right?
Yeah, I have a book back.
Or you're but okay. Jesus Christ. Or you're playing today, right?
Yes, I'm playing today.
Okay, I saw somebody else got a. Never mind. This
Reno
this
got the
is
bag. Reno's
that was
got
okay. That was who it was. You're right. You're right.
Reno and Aaron Barone have moved on to day two, and so has Ruben.
Oh my God, that shirt that he wore was hilarious.
It's so fun.
You should update it yearly.
He's got to order a new one now.
I love it. It's so fun. So fun. I had
Did
a
you ever, Sherry? Did you ever bring up like what Alan Kessler said? Like, he said, I feel like there should be a tournament where I could just guess your Hendon mob, and then if I guess I advance or something like that. And did you ever hear him say that?
I did not hear him say that. What a crazy thing to
Yes,
say.
he wanted a tournament
Oh
where
my
it was
gosh.
just there was no cards involved at all. It was just guessing people's Hendon mobs at the table.
I love
I
it.
swear to God. I mean,
He wants another tournament where he gets crushed by the online pros.
Jesus. Look,
Savage.
I love Alan, I do, but he just has some wild takes sometimes.
Well, and we all know that it's really rude when he calls somebody out, when he's arguing with somebody online and he goes to their Henta mob and says, how dare you talk to me like that when your Hendon mob is blah blah blah, so to speak.
Yeah,
And
like,
it's
who
really
cares?
so rude when he does that. Like, I'm like, dude, just argue whatever your point is. You don't have to insult somebody on their Hendon mob. Like, what is wrong with you?
I completely 100% agree with you.
It's crazy.
And I think that's why that guy Aaron like, got that shirt printed out and wore it. That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And people, people would call Alan out for doing that stuff. Like, dude, why are you shaming somebody on their Hendon mob? What is wrong with you?
I mean, I would call him out first for eating steak well done and just having no seasoning on his food. I would call him out for that before I would call him out for hand and mom shaming.
Right. It's quite comical, but let me go over some of the other tournaments around town. Over at the Win at Noon, the Mystery Bounty Day 1B is $1,600 buy-in, $2 million guarantee, and at 1,800 hours is their turbo. $1,100 entry, 100K guarantee. That's over at the Win. Over at the Venetian at 1110 is their bounty tournament. $1,600 buy-in, $500,000 guarantee. Over at the Aria and Poker Go Studio, 11 o'clock is the no limit, $1,100 buy-in, 250K guarantee. And they at 12 o'clock is their PLO main event day 2. And then at 1,500 hours over at the Poker Go Studios and No Limit Tournament, $15,700 buy-in, and I have a feeling that $700 will fall away, and you'll only pay $15,000 if you're there before the first card flies. You get a discount. That's what's happening over at Aria and the Poker Go Studio. Over at MGM at 10 o'clock is a no limit $400 buy-in tournament, 40K guarantee. At 1,800 hours is the no limit tournament, $286 buy-in, 10K guarantee. At 2,100 hours is a no limit tournament, $150 buy-in, 5K guarantee. Over at the Orleans at 11 is the main event, day 1G, $800 buy-in, $500,000 guarantee. And then at 1,700 hours is flight 1H of that same event, $800 buy-in, $500,000 guarantee. And the Golden Nugget, God rest their souls, their summer series is over. And I'm sure those employees are breathing a sigh of relief because you could tell how stressed they were when we went over there, and they were doing the best they could with what was going on, and I'm sure they're ready for a break from all of it. So good try, Golden Nugget. Hopefully you'll come back stronger in the next series. Go ahead, Brandon.
I had a question for you. Maybe you probably know more than anybody else. I saw John McCormick tweet about the overlay at the. I think was it the Aria?
I think it was the Aria or the
Did they
MGM. I think it might have
did,
been the MGM. I don't know. Go ahead.
did they ever make the guarantee? I,
I was flying, so I don't know. Um,
so
but
I did see him tweet about $1 million guarantee, $1,100 or $1,700 main $1 million guarantee, and when he put the tweet out, it was at like $270,000. I was just wondering if you knew or somebody knew that
I'll
if
tell you what. I will.
The 1,700 did meet the $1 million guarantee.
Wait, you were cutting out. Say it again, ASG, please.
the, the Moneymaker Tour put a tweet out that said the $1,700 main met the $1 million guarantee with hours to go. Yeah, so that one definitely met the guarantee.
Yeah, as a
and
matter of fact, they were. I think they ended up at just under 1,100,000. I think. And you know what? Repeat winner of that event, Moneymaker himself, won it last year, and he won it again this year.
oh, he did win, didn't he?
Yeah, and he beat Miguel Hernandez. Miguel took home 167,000, and Moneymaker took home 238,000. So congrats to those winners.
Good for him.
Yepper.
I'm
Go ahead.
thinking of is the Aria. Um,
Oh, you're cutting out ASG.
100.
ASG, you're cutting out. I don't know if you're walking right now
Well,
or
I was gonna say, is that me or him?
no. That's ASG. You're cutting out,
yeah,
buddy.
my hotel room, so just the walls of the room.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say it again. Start again. What you were saying. I think it was something about the Aria.
It was the 100.
Oh no,
I'm gonna. You're cutting out again. I hate this. All right.
not like
I'm.
not like this,
I'm gonna.
not like this.
I'm gonna try to repeat what I think you said. I think you said it was the Aria tournament that was not meeting the guarantee, not the Moneymaker tournament at the MGM.
Oh yes, yes, that's the one I was talking about. There was $1,700 main, and then I want to say Sean put out something about a
Brandon,
low.
Brandon, why don't you pull up Sean's tweet so you know exactly what
Okay,
he said?
yeah, that's a good idea. I have Google.
Just go onto Twitter. You don't even have to Google it. But if we're going to talk about it, we want to make sure we're giving out the right, the right information.
But the only reason I'm asking is because obviously late reg. So I just I saw that it was going to be an overlay, but I didn't know if they made it up at the end. That's all. But I will look it up. Let me take a
I,
look.
All
I
right.
put on the jumbotron, the one that I think he's referring to.
Thank you. Currently 101 players with only 3 levels remaining before registration closes. All right, there you go, people. Well, Brandon's looking that up so we can know exactly what he's talking about. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the results from yesterday at the WSOP. Event number 80 was the $800 summer celebration. We had 7,078 runners, and Giuseppe Zarbo took it down and took home 504,000. Ryo Kataki, Kataki took home second for $332,000. The Poker News Deep Stack Day 3 was yesterday. It was a $600 buy in. Event number 78 had 5,667 runners. And starting yesterday in second place, as far as chip stacks were concerned, was Nariman Ahmadi. And guess what? He came out the winner yesterday. So from second to first. And he took home 302,000 and ran Kadir took home second and $201,000. I'm not going to give the numbers for the flight for yesterday and the main event, which is event number 81, because something just seemed to be off. I don't know if they combined numbers or what, but I just didn't trust those numbers. So moving right along to event number 82 was the 10K 8 game mixed championship. There are 2 folks left going into today out of 195 entries. Eric Wasserson has the chip lead with 10.3 million, and Mike Grudinsky has 1.5 million, still hanging on there trying to win it. Event number 83 is a $2,500 freeze out. Day 1 was yesterday. There are 25 left going into today. The chip leader is Paul Brzezinski from Poland with 5.6 million, and Bruno Drummond has 4 million. Some notables still in it to win it would be Kerry Katz in 4th place, and our friend here in Spaces in 8th place with 2.1 million is Preston McEwen. Will my prediction of him winning his first bracelet this summer come true in this event? Fingers crossed. So good luck to those still in that tournament. Event number 84 was day 1 yesterday. It was a 1K no limit tournament. There were 1,873 runners. 281 remain. 1.7 million in the prize pool. 232,000 waits for the first place winner. And right now, leading the way is Sean Deeb with 923,000 in his chip stack, and Leo, I think it's Yang Sing, maybe, has 530,000 in his or her chip stack, because I'm not sure if that's a female or a male, due to the name. So apologize for that. So good luck to Sean today. There are 281 still left, so lots of poker to be had in that tournament. Today's schedule at the WSOP at 12 p.m. is Flight 1C of the main event, 10K buy-in, event number 81. 1 p.m. today is the final day of event 83, that $2,500 freeze out. At 2 p.m. is the final day of event 84, that 1K no limit tournament. Go ahead, Brandon. Did you want to?
Oh, I put in the jumbotron. It was the 1100 no limit, 250 guarantee. The picture he sent, it was at $74,000, but I didn't see anything else. I don't know if they got there or not
Okay,
with late reg.
terrific. Thank you for that update. I
I
appreciate it.
know, terrible reporting by me, but
Well, it just helps if we have a little bit more of the details so that we're not guessing. We're actually kind of, you know.
I know now I'm gonna look it up.
So
You guilt to be into it.
thank you, thank you, thank you. My job is done here. I'm going to talk about the fact that today is the last day for landmark satellites into the main event. So at 8 o'clock, there's $1,100 no limit landmark. When Kevin Maths wrote this tweet, there were 189 entries, which means awarding 18 main event seats. At 8 o'clock, at 8 a.m. is $145. I'm sorry, $145 no limit step into the 1 p.m. $1,100 no limit landmark. 227 entries thus far, meaning they're going to award 23 100. I mean, they're going to award 23 $1,100 seats. At 10 a.m. is a $580 landmark. Thus far, there were 505 registrants, awarding 25 main event seats. That's a great ROI. At 1 p.m., $1,100 landmark, 1,131 entrance, 111 main event seats. At 2 p.m., $260 step into the 2 p.m. $2,200 no limit landmark. 133 entrants, awarding 13 $2,200 seats. And at 4 p.m., $580 no limit landmark. 523 entrants, awarding 26 main event seats. For some reason, I feel like that was yesterday, but I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to look that up because this isn't clicking right with me. And I want to be sure that that's applying to today, like the numbers thus far in registrants. So
They do have Google in Georgia. It turns out. Well,
I'm not using Google. I'm using Kevin Mathers.
uh,
Oh no, today is Saturday. That was yesterday's landmark figures. I knew that.
that's Friday. Yesterday was Friday.
Yep. I'm all screwed up, people. Trust me, I am all screwed up.
You're welcome.
So those are great numbers. So if you ever wonder if you should be playing any satellites, are they worth it? Yeah, they are. A $580 buy-in, they gave away 25 main event seats. I mean, that's really good. So anyway, that's what took place yesterday in the landmarks. And it said today at 10 a.m. is a $500 no limit main event landmark in the Normandy room. And the current plan is to have a 1 p.m. $250 deep stack and $1,100 landmark, but that's all subject to change. This is what Kevin's writing, subject to change with the numbers, if they need the seats and dealers for the main event, in other words. So keep an eye, folks. Keep an eye. If you plan on playing today, those satellites, double check. any updates, especially on Kevin's Twitter account, because he seems to be the fastest to get them out, as always. So here we are. I think we got through all of the WSOP stuff as I stumbled along, trying to decipher it as I go, but we got through it somehow, some way. I also wanted to give a little shout out to the Aria. They shattered some records with their $3,500 Bet MGM Aria Poker Classic tournament. They had 1,853 players, a prize pool of 5.9 million, and their first place was just a little over the 1 million mark. So, congrats to the staff, Paul Campbell, and all those folks over at Aria. I stopped by there the other day when we went to Javier's for lunch, and I was really hoping to see Tony Burns, but he hadn't arrived yet. He's working like early night shifts, like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or whatever. And it was only like 2 or 3 o'clock when we were there. And I saw Paul Campbell and he looked exhausted. Like he looked at me and I said, "Hey, to him, Paul." And he goes, "I'm exhausted." And you could tell, like you could tell he was exhausted. So those folks are working hard at the RE, and they're working hard all over town to provide us some poker tournaments, cash games, whatever. And let's not forget that. It's a long summer.
Jam right. Shout out Sean McCormick.
Right on. And all of his staffs everywhere around town. It's not easy, you know. Everybody's
No,
short staffed, short staffed, and yeah, it's not easy.
yeah, never mind.
Shut up. Speaking of short, Brandon, did you bring your step stool?
I did. So I did post just an update, Sherry. They did make the guarantee. When
Nice.
when Sean posted that when it was at 77,000, they made it up to 313,000 total price
Very good.
on the 250 guarantee. So
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I'm doing the work.
Hey, about time.
So I want to ask you and I want to ask ASG because I know he commented on what Phil said. I don't know if you saw his tweet about if you get the clock called on you 10 times, then you have to take a 1 round penalty. I don't know
I'm
if you
good.
saw that or not.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the buzz around that topic this morning, and I really kind of avoided it for several reasons. And one of the big reasons is not all the co-hosts are here to discuss it today, and I thought it would be a more robust conversation if more of the co-hosts were here because we all have opinions. But I guess it all started with Dean Neggs putting out a tweet, and then Savage and him started to do an exchange about shot clocks, right? And should we have shot clocks from the minute the WSOP starts, for every tournament, whatever? Or should we start, having them only in certain tournaments and only after certain levels in the tournaments? I mean, there has been, again, I have not read all of it. I've just read a couple of them, so I have the gist of the argument, so to speak. And then I guess Phil chimed in and others have. But if you like to bring something up and specifically, go ahead. But I can't tell you if I've, 95% I haven't seen it. So, but if you want to bring up something specific about it to talk about, please do and tell us.
Yeah, I was just what Phil said was if you get the clock called on you 10 times in the summer, then you get a penalty. I'm not sure exactly where it goes from there. And ASG, I don't know if he's still around or if he's having internet problems, but he also commented about the same thing that I said. Like, okay, so Sherry, I'm playing against you. You're at my table.
All
I
right.
don't like you. I don't like you. But let's just pretend. I'm not saying that. Like,
All
just
right.
pretend, right? So every time you have if you take more than 15 seconds to make a decision, I'm going to call the clock on you.
No, it could turn into a bitch fest for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, yeah, it's extremely stupid. I mean,
Well, who's going to keep track of it? Because dealers change. So this dealer
Sorry.
already, clock's been called twice on me. Now that dealer gets up and moves to a different
Right.
table. A new dealer comes in. How are they going to keep track of it? Are they going to build that into the app?
Exactly. So the floor man has to keep track of, like, I mean, the floor people are doing enough.
Well, and the four people are changing too, as far as taking breaks,
Oh,
working
you're
this
right. Yeah,
section, and
you're right. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's a silly thing to me. Like, I don't know. My personal opinion: if your tournament life is at stake, you want to take 5 minutes to make a decision. I don't think that's a problem.
five
But there's
minutes is
also,
too long. 5 minutes is too long.
I mean, okay, 3 minutes. But
Yeah,
regardless, you know, so I don't like you, so I'm going to call a clock on you after 10 seconds.
that definitely could be somebody's
You
angle.
know? Yeah.
You have a
So
bad feedback. Do you have us on another device besides the one you're talking into, Brandon?
I hang on.
Yeah, there's terrible feedback. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Brandon doesn't like you. I think this started with Martin Cabril. They had to call the clock on him every single hand in one of the tournaments. I don't remember which one it was, but every single hand, he
Yep.
just didn't touch his cards until they called the clock, and it was really ridiculous.
Right. And of course, that's why we're having this conversation now, right? Because of what he did. And, every rule that's ever put in place is because it's addressing something somebody did. And it's
Well,
unfortunate. And
is
go
it
ahead.
because of what he did, or is it because Sean Deep called the cock on him 10 times in the hand? I mean,
Yeah.
if he
Well,
had non-pros at his
I'm just saying,
table, that they might not have ever called the cock on him.
right. And I agree with that. I'm just saying that in general. So let's not get lost in the weeds on it. But, here's the thing. Are we going to put in a bunch of new rules because of it? Well, I do think something needs to be done because, first of all, his antics are ridiculous and are a waste of fucking time and everybody's time. It's not just his own time, but everybody's time.
Oh,
So something definitely needs to be done.
he's hilarious. Come on.
I didn't say he wasn't funny. I'm just saying I don't want him wasting my time. So there has to be consequences. After clock's been called several times, and let's face it, people are fed up. So people like Sean Debo, like, fuck this, I'm gonna call the clock every fucking hand. And because they're fed up, people are fed up. Go ahead, BJ, welcome. Go ahead, BJ. Does BJ not talk? Maybe
I
not.
don't know.
I don't know.
I can just tell you I was watching many feature tables or final tables throughout the summer, including some feature tables, and there were a ton of people taking a lot of time and you know even at the feature tables of the main and yeah they it only seems to be like, oh, it's a problem when Martin does it.
No, I don't think it's only Martin. I just think he's the poster child right now. People have spoken up about it many a days, and we've had this conversation many a days. It's not just Martin. I think he's just the poster child of it because he's in the spotlight right now.
But
But
why does Steve get to call the clock on him after 10 seconds? Like that, it's just extremely unfair.
and I'm going to tell you, I haven't watched that, so I have no comments. It should be after 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
There's nowhere
I
to
put the
watch that
tweet
was on some
I
off
put the
table
tweet
that
in the
wasn't a
top.
feature.
Yeah, I put the tweet in the top. It happened like the first week of the World Series in some D2, some random D2. So you could
hey,
look it up and find it.
hey, Barry, reset the counter.
After getting caught.
I don't know if you still see in the jumbotron, but reset the counter. You know who it is.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember thinking 10 times, like, why is it getting that far before something is done? Like, I don't even know what the solution is. Honestly, I'd have to really think about it. But First of all, Cabral should not be allowed, or anyone else. I'm just using him as the poster child right now because we're on the topic. Whoever's doing it. So let's just get that blanket statement out there from the start so we don't get caught up in the weeds. Um, you know, he's out of control. Anybody that's doing it's out of control. They're wasting time. The clock is ticking. The tournament is going on. People are worried about dealers slowing down because they're dealing too slow, but yet, oh, he's funny. Just let him be. Who cares if he takes 5 minutes? No,
No,
no, no, no.
I agree with you, Sherry. I mean, there's got to be a something in between, right?
Yeah,
Like
it just has to be
let somebody take 3, 4, 5 minutes if their tournament life is at stake to make a decision.
right. And there has to be an amount of time given first before a clock is called.
I think so too.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
there's got to be somewhere in between, right? Like Deeb should not be able to call clock on him after 10 seconds.
Right.
That's that's
100%.
that's dumb. But also,
100%.
you know what else is dumb? Him not touching his cards until somebody calls clock on him. That's also stupid.
Right. He's just being a jerk.
Yeah, I think he's funny. I think he's, I like his antics.
Sure.
I think it's good for poker, personally. To get more people to watch. But at the same time, now there's got to be somewhere in between.
Yeah. And that used to be you got 2 minutes if you're still tanking, and people have always been really generous, I think. Then after 2 minutes or three, then they say, okay, clock. And it's not like the first time somebody does it. Like the person has to be like a repeat offender before somebody starts calling the clock. At least that's been my experience with clocks being
Yeah,
called.
and the Rex are much more what's the word, timid or
Right. Less likely.
whatever. Like that's what started all this today was DNA's tweet saying like, don't feel like it's like a bad thing to call the clock on somebody or something like that. On a related note, okay, he's gone, but I'm the one who booted BJ and
Good.
took down his pin tweet,
You
and I'll talk to you
saw the
about that
tweet in the
later.
jumbotron, right?
Oh, I was
Yeah.
wondering. I had just clicked on it to see what it was, and I was like, okay. I was just reading it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to delete this. And then all of a sudden it deleted. I was like, okay, somebody else took care of that. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So
Let me know.
hey,
Okay, as long as you saw it, then I don't need to have a conversation later. Okay, great.
No, you
yeah,
actually do because I don't understand what it.
so
So
when
just
I
let me
say
know.
reset to counter, like this is a joke with me and Barry. Like anti-Semitism on this website is out of fucking control.
Oh,
So it's like what is that joke? Like it's been 0 days since something bad has happened. Like
got
the
it.
the counter, like oh,
Got it.
another anti-Semitic tweet.
Got it.
Reset the counter is what I meant.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
for the record, that wasn't BJ Covers. That was a troll account of BJ Covers because now they have some group of incels that going around saying all kinds of racist Nazi shit. So that wasn't BJ Covers, for the record.
Well, thank you for taking care of me there, ASG. Appreciate it. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on him so I can go ahead and block him now.
Sherry,
The
sorry.
BJ Covers with 1,900 followers. That's the real one. This guy
Okay.
had only a few followers. He's the fake one.
Okay. Thank you. What'd you say,
I
Brandy?
was gonna say, have you blocked 2,000 people yet? Are you there yet?
I don't know. I never look at that. I
Yeah,
don't.
that's a joke that Phil Hellmuth said he blocked. What was it, 2,000, 5,000 people?
Uh, I never look at the number.
No,
I
I'm
could give a shit. I hit the block button or I
Sherry.
unblock, and that's it.
Sherry, I'm totally just messing with you.
And that's okay. I don't mind the question. I'm just telling you like it is. I have no clue. I could have 20,000 blocked for all I know.
Oh, and just to speak for him, Matt Savage hates the term shot clock.
Oh, is that why he did the poll? See, I didn't read all of. I promise you, I just skimmed.
I don't think it was why. I don't think it had anything to do with his poll. Just constantly in the replies and when he talks on space, he hates the term shot clock. Maybe he's anti-basketball. I don't know, but yeah, he really doesn't like the word "shot" in shot clock when referring to poker.
So, excuse me. He wants. Hold on.
Jesus, are you okay?
Not sure what that was. So he wants
Not like this.
action
Not
clock.
like this, Sherry.
I know, right? Send the ambulance. I'm not sure what just happened. Sorry, people. What the fuck? Oh, Lordy. All righty.
I got a question for you guys. All you, ASG, and Barry play way more tournaments than me. I'd like to know like your guys' opinion. Like, should it be a unlimited shot clock, or maybe we can't use that term, but or
Yeah, he wants action clock.
or do you like the time bank chips?
No,
Oh,
it's both. It's you have an
right.
what he calls an action clock, and then you have time extension chips for when you need more time.
So
Right.
what is the time that he likes? ASG, I don't know.
He likes, I want to say, either 15 or 20, maybe it's 20 seconds pre and then
Yeah,
30 seconds post.
that's way too short in my opinion.
For pre-flop, I mean, like, you should, anyway. But,
You know
and
what?
he says if you need more time, that's what the time extensions are for.
Pre-flop, you're probably right, but I think you should be able to get a couple of minutes post-flop.
Well, I'll tell you the counter to, or devil's advocate to the action clocks is that if you put them out, then many people will use the entire time, whatever that time may be, because they think that that's the time they should be using.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Like I said, you guys play way more.
No, I'm saying, so if you make that a minute, that's going to be a long time each
Yeah.
time for every.
I think, like, honestly, pre-flop, I would like it a little bit longer, only because sometimes it's, especially if you're sitting like in seat 1 or 10, it's hard to see, the action down at that table. So you're asking the dealer, like, what's the bet? And so,
Oh, sorry, I should say it's that time of 20 seconds, that's if facing no action. Once you face action pre-flop, then it goes to 30.
oh, perfect. Thank you. That makes, okay, perfect. Yeah.
I don't know. 30 just.
30 is good. I never, I'm a fast actor. So 30 is perfect for me. Like, I see that as okay, no problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to affect my game. But I'm also a quick player. Like, I'm ready to move on. Let's go.
What about after a flop? Let's just say. I mean, I don't think 3 minutes is out of hand at all.
What is it?
Well, that's why you have time extensions.
What is it
That's
post
true.
flop? ASG.
I think he said 30. Let me make sure. But yeah, that seemed he.
And then how many time extension chips do you get at the beginning of the tournament?
That varies. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's a set
Okay,
amount
not
for
a
every.
set. Okay. Yeah, this is all we're just talking, right?
Right. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think in my whole time I've played poker over a decade, I don't think I've ever taken more than a minute to make a decision. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think maybe once or twice I've taken over 1 minute to make a decision.
Yeah, yeah. I get that, but I'm a fast player too, but I also don't fault people if they want to take a couple minutes to think about
And I agree
big
with you.
decision. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. No, I agree with you, but there should be a limit to that. And it should not be 5 minutes.
I mean, okay, 3 minutes. Like,
I
but
think 3 minutes is not a bad. I think that's not bad.
I think ESG is maybe they have the right idea with the time extension chips though.
Okay, so here's what he says: 15 seconds pre-flop,
No action.
no action, then 20 if facing action, or 30 at final table. Once you have put chips in the pot and action gets back to you, you have. Oh, sorry. Yeah, then once action gets so maybe saying 30 once action gets back to you. So, okay, so he's saying either 15, 20, or 30, depending on whether or not at final table. And then 30 either when action gets back to you or post flop. And then you have your time extensions as needed.
I think 30 is a little like, let's say you're out of time extensions, so you're at the final table and you only have 30 to make a decision on your tournament.
Well, and also often you get additional time extensions when you make the final table.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like basically your time extension bank resets.
Right.
That's what Martin was complaining about at, I forget what tournament is. He going on to day 3, he purposely used all his time extensions at the end of day 2 so that he would be on the button at the new level. And then at day 3, they originally weren't giving him all of his time extensions back, which he said by rule he should have, and Hank said the day before that that's the rule. And then so it usually, or on most of these, at final table and or the beginning of days, you get like, it's like a new time extension bank.
And I'm for the time extensions. I'm for the action clock, for sure. But I have not played with them, so I don't know if in a big spot those 30-second windows or time frames are long enough when millions of dollars could be on this
Yeah,
on the line.
share that's my opinion also. Um, if it's like, let's say the tournament that D played in, he won almost $3 million, and the second place guy won $1 million less. So you're telling me over $1 million, you're not going to let the guy think about it for 5 minutes? Or
And
I'm sorry, you said 5 minutes is too long.
yeah,
Not
I
let
mean,
him think about it for 3 minutes.
and maybe
I mean, just you know what I
maybe
mean?
the time bank extension should include 1 or 2 2-minute extensions. All of them are 30 seconds, but then you have like 2 2-minute
I
extensions,
I
and
like
maybe those should only be on the final table.
That's a great idea. Actually, that's a great idea. I love that.
I don't know. That's
But
just a way to look at it.
yeah, and I will say that I think part of this though is also like, I mentioned this when comparing Martin to other people, but it's also that like these final table streams are just brutal to watch
Yes.
sometimes because of how long they're taking.
Yes.
And yeah, you're saying, oh, it should be longer final tables, and I'm saying that's when most people are watching them. Like,
Yeah, but think of
and
it this way, ASG. Right now, we don't have any time clocks or action clocks, and we don't have any extensions at those tables, right? But if we put the action clocks in, that automatically speeds it up. So then we're uh, over the long run of that final table, we have sped it up. And
oh yeah, I like your thing. I'm just talking
yeah,
about like the idea of like, oh, when you're at the final table, you should have a bunch of like I like your idea of having a couple of them, but like, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I think that's another way to look at it.
ASG. Here's a counterpoint. You say it's brutal to watch. I understand that, but like my example with Deeb, and I forget who finished second in that
I
Well,
text.
100K PLO.
Gabriel.
Like, that's $1 million you're thinking about. I understand it's brutal to watch. I really do, because I really like watching poker, and I understand it's just sometimes when it's that slow. I get it, but you can't give the man 3 minutes to think about for a fucking $1 million. You know.
I'll tell. I watched that final hand and it went in quick.
I mean, I know, but I'm just using that as an example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That was crazy, by the way. You say it's for $1 million. All the money went in pre for basically a flip for $1 million.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Like, that's that's probably not the best hand to use. You're right.
Oh
But
no, I'm just talking about how crazy it is with the especially in PLO that like
yeah,
you know
he was 20% to win on the flop, I think, and then
no or well I'm just going where the money went in, which was like
I shouldn't say anything because I don't exactly remember the numbers, but he was definitely a dog until he wasn't.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how that discussion plays out on Twitter today. It seems to be more important than cheating at the PLO cash tables. That's for sure.
Huh.
It's-
yeah
Yeah.
I mean more proof that in terms of Twitter and everything else, people care more about tournaments than cash.
oh, that's funny.
That's the thing. Cherry, I think you like tournaments more, right? ASG, you too. Barry, I know you do.
I play more cash, but in terms of where people, where the eyeballs go, people talk about HCL and stuff, but it gets nothing close to the numbers of tournaments, and everybody wants to watch the WSOPs and the EPTs and the this and the.
And I love to play cash, Brandon. I just kind of gave it up to focus on tournaments.
That makes sense. Okay. Me personally, I'd rather play cash, but like ASG was saying, I'd rather watch tournaments. Like if I'm watching poker on TV, I'd rather watch you know like the $100,000 PLO event.
Right.
That was great. But if I'm playing, I'd much rather play cash.
Oh, and that was a whole debate too. Is how much coverage should have gone to the $100,000 PLO versus the day one B
Oh, yeah.
coverage?
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, come on. The main event happens. I get it, but if we're talking about $100,000 PLO tournament,
And
the,
I agree
the
that
coverage should have went towards that rather than the
I
main event.
agree. But from a viewer's point of view, it's hard to watch PLO. People love to watch No
I,
Limit. Let's
I,
face it.
of course, yes, of course. That's what got me into poker was Crush Moneymaker and Sam Farha playing on ESPN.
And I love to watch, you know, old films of poker. And I am trying to convince myself to start to play PLO. So I'm like, oh, I learned a lot about No Limit by watching old film. And I try to watch old film on PLO and I'm ready to slit my wrists within 5 minutes. Like, oh my God.
Sherry, you want to play Chinese?
Uh, I don't even know. I mean, I have the concept of that game, but no thanks. I'm not just gonna give you my chips, Brandon. I don't
No,
show
no,
up to
no, no.
lose
It's
my
just
chips on purpose.
for fun, for fun.
Oh, for fun. Yeah, maybe we can get into that.
Yeah,
Uh,
DM me. Download the Pineapple app. It's Chinese is fun. I don't know. I just like anything with cards. I love. That's all.
right. Okay, is the pineapple app something I gotta pay for, or what is the
No,
pineapple?
Pineapple app is just a Chinese poker app.
Okay. We will look at that after I'm done with this daily coverage. I can't
Okay.
Okay,
squeeze
and to
anything
go
else
back,
into my
okay, to
schedule. Go ahead,
try to
ASG.
make this related to our current coverage. Weinman, the main event winner from 2 years ago, 3 years
Yeah, I
ago,
think, yep, two. I
uh,
think it was two.
he invented Fantasyland in Chinese
Oh,
poker.
Yes.
did he really?
Yep.
Nice. ASG, if you want to play, my DMs are open. Not for money. Not for money.
Just for practice.
Yeah, I've just really enjoyed.
I like it.
Like I said, Sherry, it's a card game that I enjoy playing.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Very cool. Very cool. All right, you guys. We're going to sign off. I'm going to go around the horn. If anybody has anything to bring up, now's the time. If you're in the audience, now's the time to request a microphone and come up. Unless, of course, you are anti Semitic, then go to hell and get the hell out of my space. Yeah, so we're going to go around the horn for anybody that has any questions, comments, or topic to bring up. And I'm going to start with you, Brandon. Go ahead, buddy.
I don't have anything. Um, just good luck to anybody that's playing in the main. good luck to anybody who's playing in Vegas at all. We'd love to see Spaces people coming up.
Right on. And good luck to any Team Spacers members on our fantasy team. Get your asses out there and play some
Oh,
poker
that's
for us.
yeah. That I didn't think about that. I didn't get in time, but yeah, that's the who's winning in the fantasy league. Do you know?
Oh, God, I don't even know. I just know we need some points to get in the money. We're right on the cusp. Is that how you say it? Of the money. So we need some points. And I was looking at the schedule. There are plenty of tournaments left for our runners, especially. There are some high rollers left for our runners to get us some points. And so, yeah. So good luck, Team Spacers. We need some points.
Oh,
And
I will also say that Barry is a lot better looking in real life than he is on the internet.
Barry, I'm going to let you go next. Any response to that or bring up anything else?
All good. Thanks for having me. Good job.
Thanks for coming by, buddy. Appreciate you. ASG, anything, buddy?
Good luck to DMC in the main today from Spaces, and to Nacho Chips and Poker Tard from Club WPT, as well as myself, because, why not? And yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and topic for the future, because I don't want to get into it today. Seems to come up every year, but whether or not for Player of the Year it should be bracelets and then points as a tiebreaker, or
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep.
Oh
We
boy,
need
here we
we
go.
need we need software here for that discussion because he gets hot under the collar and it's so funny on that topic.
Well, he
He
gets hot
cracks
about
me
how
up.
the points are totaled, period, and then
Yep.
how much of a priority bracelet should have.
Yep.
It seems to be more of a topic this year than it was the last time I remember that this came up, which might have been last year or the year before, but it was recent.
It was last year because Deeb won 3, and then the guy came in from online and scooped up the points to beat him out. Right? Wasn't that
No,
last?
that was 2 years ago
Oh, maybe
or
it was
3.
2 years ago.
Yeah, because
Shit, I don't
last year
remember.
Seaver,
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
So it was 2 years ago because it was, the first year we were doing Spaces coverage. Yep.
yep, and so they limited the online, but it's
Yep.
still a question of bracelets versus caches. Anyway.
Yep. It is, they're still got to tweak it. That's for sure. And ASG, good luck today. DMC and everybody else, good luck today. Go ahead, Brandon.
I have one more question for you guys. What is the name of that guy that's won 3 bracelets already this year?
Benny Glazer,
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
From the UK, Benny. And he's barely in first place for the Player of the Year points.
It's Cabral, right?
No,
Uh,
Benny's in first place right now. They
yep.
still haven't counted Benny and Deeb's online caches, which would give him even a larger lead. The difference is especially that Cabral needs to top some peaks, whereas
Yep.
Benny doesn't even have 10 caches yet, so anything he cashes in just gets him points. Whereas Deeb needs to get a certain high number online to eclipse his current online, and so yeah, Benny has an easier task in order to get more points compared to some of the others.
There you go.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, ASU. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. All right, take it down. Keep us updated, ASG. For sure, we want to rail you from afar, and hopefully, some of those that are in Vegas will rail you in person.
Yeah, ASG. Why don't you just fucking win it?
Pause.
Why don't you just ship it, buddy? That would be great.
Difficult to ship on day one, but I'll see what I can do.
Oh, just try harder then.
All right, you guys, signing off. If you're on the felt, good luck. If not, get outside and touch the grass. It's still a holiday weekend. God bless America and happy birthday, America. Land that I love, for sure. Um, I appreciate everybody that showed up today. And if you're listening at a future time, I appreciate you as well. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, people.